In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a repeat pattern for a fabric based on a real life fabric and how you can bring it into Clo3D. So we're going to go to a website called Seddi Textura. It's app.textura.ai. You can make a free account. And it's a software that helps you make a repeat pattern and can help give it some physical properties like a real fabric would have. So to create a fabric, you go to New Material, and you're going to create material from a scanned image. What you want to do is scan your fabric in advance. I'm using this cotton like twill, blue and white from Japan. It's a bit lighter weight than some of my other materials. There are instructions on how to scan properly. If you go to this chat bar, you can search for the answer in the knowledge base. You can go to scan your fabrics in 4 steps, and it will show you exactly how to scan your fabric to make it the highest quality you can. Pay close attention to these bits of information around resolution, image format, Epson scanner formats, things like that. So I went ahead and scanned. I have an image ready to go. I'm going to create material from the scanned image, and I have it right here. This is what my scan looks like. I have it not perfect. You see the edges are up here. There's a little bit of fabric. There's probably some dog hair on there, and there's a little wave. You don't want those things ideally, so I would spend the time to iron and lint roll and make sure that you don't have any extra stuff in your image. But for this demo, I'm just going to use this and show you we can work around it if we do have that. All right, so when you import it, there are going to be a lot of things that you can do in here. You can zoom in and out, which is nice. We can give it a name. We're going to call this Japanese twill or Japanese canvas. So we're going to start with these tools down here. And basically what you want to do is go in order of these. We're going to work on this first one, which is crop. And you can zoom in and out, which is really helpful, both in the repeat and in the little box you're working in. What you want to do is start as small as you can to get the best repeat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be dragging this in to try to avoid some of those trouble areas I already identified. I'm going to zoom in as I go. I feel like this area is a pretty good, consistent spot. So I'm going to try to create my repeat here. So what I'm going to do is just, to the best of my abilities, line up to the outside edge of one of the stripes. What you can do, there's a little info thing here. If you want to skew your pattern, like if it's a little bit off to the side, you can hold down, it's control. Yeah, you can hold down control and drag, and you can line it up exactly where you want it to be, right on the edge. So I'm just going to do that with all of my corners, making sure it's very precise. Yeah, and it will skew it properly. And you can see it changing live as you're working, which is really awesome. So when you've gotten your crop the way you like it, we're going to hit apply. Make sure you hit apply or it will disregard everything you did. The next one we're going to use is the alignment tool. It helps with any axis like skewing. So if you click on this, what you're going to do is draw a line aligning the center of like a fiber basically. And you can zoom in and you scoot this around. You can see the texture repeat kind of moving along with it when you move it subtly. And this gets you some really successful results. It's actually really good. It's kind of hard to see the repeat on this using that tool. The gradient tool we don't really need for any uneven lighting. There's a pinch tool, which if you have something that's a little bit warped, you can go in and pinch and pull like this. I don't really think we have too much that needs to be adjusted here. Another warp tool where you can pull little pieces to warp them. I'm going to undo that. And then we have a tiling assistant, which helps do seamless, but we kind of already have that going on, so we don't really need to do anything. These are a couple other features we haven't really had to use. There's a clone tool. Basically, in order to create a repeated fabric, those are the only sets of tools you need, the ones that we just did. So before we hit save and all of that, if we're happy with the repeat, you can go into physical properties and you can actually put in information about the fabric. So family type, I'm going to go in and make this a twill because I think that's the closest to what I have. You can put in what your material thickness is. Mine would be like 0.5 millimeter, but you can't put in a half number, so I'm just going to leave it empty. The weight is about 300 grams. And you can put in what the material is as well. So like, let's say that you had a cotton poly or a cotton elastane. You can add in polyester and it'll give it the properties of those things together. But this is 100% cotton. So I'm going to save. Yes. Loading, it's going to be generated and it will take a little bit of time. You'll get an email when it is generated. I'll come back in a minute when it's done. All right, that took a while, but this rendered, and we're going to go ahead and click this open. In here, we can add any descriptions if we want to. Look at this lovely little render that has been made. You can kind of zoom in and out. Hitting Command and your right button, you can zoom around and look at it. It's really nice. You can go in and add other types of things or change your structure. If you go into these other buckets, it'll tell you other properties about it, like the width and height of your image. And if you go into this button, you can see the data that Clo will import from this. So all of those toolbars you see in Clo, it has the same exact information of shear, bending, warp, weft ratio, your density, your thickness. Unless you want to specifically change anything, just leave it as is. You can look at the 2D image again, and you can also look at all of the normal maps and all of these other maps that are created in that process. Let's see, there are other ways you can view it as well. Oh, interesting. You can see it on a t-shirt. You can see it on a garment. I haven't really played around with this too much, but you can put it in an interesting space. So yeah, you can turn that off. And when you're ready, you can hit download, and we're just going to download a zip file that will have everything we need. So I'm going to save it to my class 4, and this is Japanese cotton. I'm going to go ahead and open this up. And in textures, you can see all of these maps. We have the albedo map, which is the original one, which has all the color information. Then you can see here's the alpha map, displacement map, normal, roughness, and specular. So now, why don't we go to Clo? We're just going to go ahead and make a square. We'll just do a 20 by 20. I'll move my face again. Fabric. We're going to go to our normal map. No, actually, sorry. First, the base color map. This is where we're going to put our base image. So you click on those 4 dots. We're going to go to our recent finds, go into Japanese cotton, textures, and do this first image. There we go. Looks great. Next, we're going to want to add the normal map. So you're going to click on these 4 squares on this button. There is a way to automatically generate a normal map, so you can do that in Clo itself. We're not going to do that right now, though, because we have one generated by this program, and I think it's probably a bit higher quality. So you're going to click the normal map. And now this box came up, and basically if you hit yes, it'll automatically update the normal map and displacement map as well, and the opacity map. So it's all already uploaded in there, which is great. And it should take on the qualities that were pre-programmed in there. You can look at the details and just double check, but yes, all of these seem to be similar to what was in the file. Let's take a look and see. Let's go back and see how it hangs. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and load up an object that we can lay this over. So I'm going to go to Avatar, Shape, and I'm going to open this circle. Just something nice to drape over. So I'm going to move this around, And we're just going to have this fall on this rectangle. We're going to hit simulate. There we go. Is it acting like a canvas? Kind of. Let's change our particle distance to 5 instead of 20. That will definitely help. We're going to change this to 5. There we go. And yeah, I'd say that's acting like a canvas would. We can always still go back in and change. In here, we can go to, in our fabric, we can go to our preset and you can go pick any of these that you want. Like we can go to a woven cotton canvas and see how that changes it. It does make it a little bit stiffer, so maybe we would want to do that instead of the property that was made. But yeah, this is a pretty good representation of that fabric. It's always helpful to go to the render window to look at it because you don't get like the most high quality version of that in this window. I mean, it does look nice. You can tell that the fabric looks like the fabric in real life. Let's just open our render window momentarily. To do that, you're just going to go to the render tab and hit render. Hit refresh to start the interactive render. You might have the spinning wheel of death. There we go. And now, well, it's just being very slow. You can zoom in and out, move it around, take a look at what your final image would look like. Stopping this. Well, computer's being slow, but that's okay. We got through the point of the demo, which is how to recreate this fabric in Clo. So I'm happy with the progress that we made. I hope you enjoy this tool set and see you next time.